Time once again for current events, and joining us this morning is Martin Kidston, the founding editor of the Missoula Current. And Martin, we've been talking about the Lower Grant Creek housing project. There's been some movement on that, or maybe not some movement. Give us an update on that.
It depends how you want to look at that. So this is the second project that KJA Development has brought to that 44 acres at Lower Grant Creek. It used to serve as a gravel quarry, and of course it sits right by the interstate interchange. The developer 2 years ago brought a project in there seeking to rezone to build quite a few more housing units. Of course, the city council killed that proposal. So the developer went back, redesigned the project. While it has more housing than zoning allows, it is not as much housing as the developer sought 2 years ago. But this week, the planning board killed that project. So, you know, you have this 44 acres of bare ground that used to serve as a quarry sitting there. The developer thinks it's prime for housing, and apparently the decision makers maybe think otherwise or think it's too much housing. And of course, this decision comes just hours this week or last week after the the real estate industry presented their new housing report, which has some pretty grim findings.
And so it's a bit contradictory. Everybody says we need new housing, we need affordable housing. Here's this project, and then the city says we don't want it.
Yeah, you know, this industry report found that Missoula right now needs about 650 housing units just to bring the market into some semblance of balance. And of course, you're not going to get 650 housing units overnight, and you're going to need those year after year. So when you're turning down a project that brings 700 units to the market, it kind of leaves some people scratching their head, and it's kind of a clear indicator as to why Missoula has a housing problem when you can't get housing projects approved.
Another headache for the city maybe on the way is, of course, the Beartracks Bridge. The work on there is starting to wrap up a little bit, but it sounds like the state is concerned about what the city's thinking about revamping around the bridge.
Yeah, this is interesting because, you know, the Beartracks Bridge project went in design several years ago, and MDT worked to make that a 4-lane bridge. They spent extra money to add those wide pedestrian paths and bike paths on both sides and to maintain 4 lanes of travel, because at that point in time, that was important. Now the city wants to redesign that corridor, 4 lanes from Broadway all the way down to Brook Street. They want to reduce that to possibly 3 lanes or even 2, with the center running bus lane, room for bikes. Everybody agrees it's a dangerous corridor. Everybody agreed that it needs to be improved. But MDT just completed a $30 million 4-lane bridge that's going to sit smack in the middle of this possible 3-lane road. So it's going to be an odd thing. And I think everybody's scrambling to see how they're going to use that bridge, that extra space on that bridge, if the city does reduce lanes on Higgins.
And so that could end up being a bone of contention. Sounds like it already is a little bit there.
Yeah, you know, MDT called it a $30 million elephant right in the middle of the city's project. So that's a pretty good summary of how this might play out in the weeks ahead as the city looks for design alternatives for Higgins Avenue corridor.
Well, this sort of the 2 topics we've had this morning sort of leads to something that you and I've talked about briefly, is the fact maybe that the mood in city government here isn't exactly the most uplifting right now.
You know, the city works really hard and they're doing a lot of good things, but one also feels that they have a lot of balls in the air. You know, if you look what they got struggles on the housing front. You know, they got these transportation plans, but no way to fund them. The state has a broken tax system. So there's no way to increase revenue at local level government. You know, the mayor is sick, and we all wish him the best, but that leaves some uncertainty. And most of all, you know, the mood on city council is pretty toxic this day. With, you know, a couple of new electees that were brought in. You know, there's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of mistruths that are being spoken during their meetings. And, you know, and I think, and there's toxicity there, and it's not the best general atmosphere. And it doesn't necessarily leave people with a good feeling when you sit through city council meetings these days.
All right, well, I want to hear more about that as we move along here this spring and into the summer, certainly. Martin, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you. Have a good week.